What's up everybody, Matt Maran here for a quick drive of the 2024 Buick Encore GX. So the Encore GX returns here for 2024 with fresh new styling. It gets the same Wildcat EV concept inspired looks as the Envista and many others in the Buick lineup, and I think it looks really nice here on the Encore GX especially. And as we're merging onto the highway here in the Encore GX, one of the nice things it does have over the new entry-level Buick, the Envista, is that you have a slightly larger 1.3 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine. And in this, it does 155 horsepower, so a good bit of extra horsepower over the Envista as well. And so, I mean, in this, you know, it's nothing new. We've already had this powertrain here in the Encore GX. I did a full review on the Encore GX a few years back for this generation. And it's paired up with a 9-speed automatic, and the whole combo works pretty well. It can be a little peaky at times, but overall it's a really hard-working little engine and does a really good job of getting this thing up and going really well. But the all-important thing about the Encore GX is that unlike the Envista, this offers all-wheel drive. And so having the all-wheel drive option is really key, of course, for a lot of people. And so that is the reason why you jump up to this, which is, you know, roughly, you know, about $5,000 more than the Envista. And you can watch my review on the Envista for all of my thoughts on that. But, you know, it's really going to come down to, do you need the all-wheel drive? Because, you know, the interior here in the Encore GX is revised for 2024 as well. It gets the same great standard screens that you get in the Envista as well, with an 8-inch digital gauge cluster and an 11-inch touchscreen infotainment system, and it's really great. It has wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, works really well. And so, you know, you have a lot of the same stuff as the Envista, but you do have a little bit less space, surprisingly. Like, the back seat is more cramped in this than it is in the Envista, which has a ton of space. And even the cargo area, although it in dimensions is technically larger as far as cubic feet go, because it has more stacking ability and doesn't have the sloping roof line of the Envista actually has a longer cargo area as well. So from a packaging standpoint, I still like the Envista a little bit better, just as far as, you know, the exterior, the interior. I just think it's the swoopier, cooler looking of the two. But if you must have all-wheel drive, it's great you have a button here to actually activate it here. So if you don't want to have all-wheel drive all the time, you want to have better efficiency, you can turn that off as well. By the way, speaking of efficiency, the Encore GX is here for 2024. Do 26 mpg in the city, 28 on the highway with all-wheel drive as well. And I mean, it's really nice to drive. You also have all the standard safety equipment that you're probably expecting. So it has automatic emergency braking as standard, lane keeping assist is standard, as is auto high beams. But you do have to pay a little bit extra for some of the other stuff, which some companies have started to make standard equipment. Like, you still have to pay extra for blind spot monitoring, adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, and a few other things like that. But you know, still nice to at least have the basics covered there. And you know, the lane keeping assist system, by the way, does a pretty good job. I've tested it in other GM vehicles in the past, and it's, you know, pretty solid. It is still just a lane keep assist system. It's still hands-on. Unfortunately, there's no Super Cruise available here like you can get in the coming 2024 Envision, but still a really nice little vehicle to drive. And out here on the highway, you know, it's still pretty refined for this segment of vehicle. You also have great visibility here, a nice large windshield, an A-pillar that's a little thick towards the base, but not too bad considering you have a nice high seeing position. View out of the back is also really good. That is one key difference compared to the Envista. You know, you have a larger rear window here in this compared to that. Getting back to the styling though, the one other big change for 2024 is the addition of an Avenir trim. And of course, in addition to the, you know, revised styling, you also get some tweaks to the trim packages. So the Avenir is now the new top trim. It's a little more luxurious and sleek looking, and I think they did a really nice job of making it look even more expensive than before. The ST trim also gets a rework, so it's a little bit of a sportier look here. You can see the black portions there on the lower part of the doors, and a little bit of a faux rear diffuser there in the back, and you know, just a nice sportier look. I think it actually is a pretty cool setup, especially here in this dark red color. And so you know, it's great you have that. You still have the base preferred trim as well. And now on a little bit of a windier road here, the Encore GX still handles really nicely too, I have to say. You know, you have steering that's a little bit on the lighter side here, but feels very appropriate for a vehicle like this. And brakes have a nice little bit of bite right towards the top of the pedal, but you know, aren't super grabby or touchy or anything, so they're easy to be smooth with. But got a nice couple of corners here, and just is a really nice thing to drive. Nice smooth ride too. It does a really good job of soaking up bumps and just feeling, you know, very, very refined. and just very nice and relaxed. And combined with like these seats that are nice and soft, it all just makes for a very nice, relaxing drive. And now just driving through a small little town, this is where this vehicle really thrives with its nice small dimensions. It's easy to park, it's easy to maneuver, and actually it does feel a little more compact than the Envista, again, having a little bit of a shorter wheelbase, shorter proportions. And so, I don't know, I really like this thing. It still is a really nice little vehicle to drive around in. The only little complaint I will say is that every once in a while this 9-speed, we'll put it into too low of a gear and make it a little rev happy every once in a while. It's a little bit of an off and on switch sometimes with this setup, and I complained about this even a couple years ago in my Chevy Trailblazer review as well. It's not the best setup in the world, but I think it works totally fine for most people. I don't think you're gonna have too much of a problem with it. And so yeah, overall, that's about all of my quick impressions here on the updated 2024 Encore GX. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. Huge thanks to Buick for providing me here with the opportunity to drive the refreshed Encore GX for you guys. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to keep these videos coming. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.